This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, celebrating 25 years of educating Southwest Florida.
Southwest Florida, it is always a thrill to have a gentleman on the show who knows what's going on all around Southwest Florida. He's up from Naples, but he covers the world. He's my good friend, Dennis Sanders. Let's bump you in. The president of Proxy, LLC. Dennis, you know I'm going to have to hit you up, man, on outdressing me, man. Come on, man.
You set the bar, Lee.
Come
you
on,
set the
man.
bar, so what I did, okay? I had to call in some friends, and they kind of dressed me. And they said, if you're going to outdress Lee, this is what you wear.
Man, you are clean. I'll give you credit for that. Dennis, Proxy LLC, what is that?
Proxy LLC is exactly that. The definition of proxy, okay, Lee? LLC, limited liability, company.
Right.
However, proxy is to take the place of someone when they can't do something.
Okay. And what does your company do, Proxy?
My company does everything from A to Z. Okay, you name it. Here's some great examples.
There you go.
You just had some realtors in, and let's say it's new structure, but they're going to put in the refrigerators today, et cetera, and that realtor can't be there. They'll call Proxy, okay? And so Proxy will go out, watch as if they're the owners or the realtors themselves, and they're going to watch you install those refrigerators or install the roofing or install the carpeting and make sure that it's done properly.
Wow.
That's just one function of Proxy. The other function, I do a lot of business meetings now, all of a sudden, okay? Lee, you are a very important man, Lee Pitts. Lee Pitts cannot be in two places at one time. You call me up and say, hey, Dennis, Proxy, look, this is what I need. I've got two meetings. They're overlapping one another. I want to go to this one business meeting where it's personally more beneficial to me, but I want to go to the other business meeting where it's just, I know the people, but I need to hand out my business cards and let them know who I am. Can you do one of them? I said, yes, Lee, I'll do the one, and you'll tell me which one you want, and I'll take your business cards, and I'll go there, and I'll hand those cards out for you.
Okay, so if I want the handsome Lee Pitts to be somewhere, you being the handsome Lee, then I would send you.
If that's how you interpret
and I brief
that,
you,
yes.
I brief you, and people think I'm that good looking.
And if that's how you see it through those glasses, that's fine with me.
Now, that is such a fascinating thing, though, Dennis, to have a company that does that. How did the concept come about?
To be very honest with you and the audience, it's like this. I was looking for something to do. I work for Chrysler Corporation. I work for Mercedes-Benz in sales, et cetera, State of Michigan, Department of Social Services. I wanted to take all my experiences, everything that I've said on boards for American Cancer Society, you name it, and put it all together to be of service to the community. I went to bed one night, and in the middle of the night, I awakened in the middle of the night, and the voice said, Dennis, this is what I want you to do.
Amazing. How old is Proxy?
Proxy is a year old now running because, as you know, I do life and business coaching also. But
that's right.
I've put everything together in fashion consulting. And so I put everything together. I put it under one umbrella. Voila, Proxy.
Now, let's say Proxy goes and fills in for a... we're at the Children's Network of Southwest Florida, right? Great organization.
Yes.
Nada Celine can't make it. Does she brief you on what you need to talk about at the meeting?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. She would brief me, and I would carry it out. I am a public speaker also,
Right.
So I wear many hats. I would go ahead and I would, in her stead, do exactly what she wanted me to do.
Speaking of public speaking, you could actually go in and do a speech in her place.
I can do that. I've given many speeches, and something I enjoy. You don't know this because I've never shared this way. I was an on-air personality at one time.
Well, it makes sense.
Okay.
Now, you are able to, when I say you Proxy is you, or you have some other?
I'm glad you asked that question. Right. Proxy is me, however, and thanks to the public, Proxy has grown by leaps and bounds. I do a lot of networking. I was at 2 events last night. So what I have done, I am a United States Air Force veteran. And I belong to the Reserve Officers Association here locally also. So what I try to do, I try to look for veterans to do some of the work I cannot do anymore.
I see.
So they become subcontractors. They're in there. I trust them. It gives them the, especially disabled veterans. So they're there, and I can utilize them or anyone else that I can call upon who is perhaps knowledgeable of the situation.
Names, I know you gave some examples, but give some other highlights that Proxy offers and focuses on.
Well, we often, I've named the house setting, okay? Plus one. You'll love this one here. Plus one, and this is growing by leaps and bounds. Plus one entails of this. You, for example, or anyone out there in the audience, you've got an affair to go to, and you don't have anyone to go with you. Or maybe someone doesn't want to go, you've got extra tickets. You can call me, you're paying for the tickets, okay? Then there's a fee, obviously. I will go to that event with you. I can dress up and I can dress down. I can wear suits, black tie, but I can also put the flip-flops.
And you can be social.
I can be very social.
You could be that social partner there at that event.
There is no social event, how low or how high, that I cannot and have not attended.
But how do you market and network Proxy?
I love networking, okay? I belong to the Greater Naples Chamber of Commerce. Let me tell you, that is I'm not trying to give a plug because I don't work for them, but it's a very, very valuable tool. I do a lot of networking through them. I have met hundreds and hundreds of people, from attorneys to school teachers to realtors, and we've traded cards to just the average Joe Blow. And this is where I'm getting a lot of service, because when you're out there networking, you're meeting other people. You're handing out your cards, okay? I'm online, I have a website, I'm quite sure you have that on your screen.
Right.
And so I market Dennis Sanders, okay? I market Dennis Sanders, and his baby is Proxy. Proxy is my wife, my girlfriend, my baby, I have no kids or anything, so Proxy is Proxy.
I love it. Final question. What is the motto of Proxy, and why that motto?
Well, it's abbreviated, but it goes like this. We can when you can. We will when you won't. We do when you don't. Proxy, LLC.
Dennis Sanders, the president of Proxy, LLC. Dennis. People, we can't make this up. This guy's outstanding. Great Dennis Sanders of Proxy. Thanks for joining us here on Leap Is Live. As the saying goes in this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like other proxies who are doing. We'll see you next week on the award-winning Leap Is Live.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.